To see it from a completely non-partisan view, I will say this judgment will help 63 Moons peel off another round of black paint so that they can come out in the clean.
Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sri Iyer. Today I'm joined by Sri Shantanu Guha Ray, who wrote an excellent piece on the NCLAT decision handed down in the 63 Moons case. Shantanu ji, welcome to PGurus channel.
Thank you.
So I read your piece in Sunday Guardian. It was an excellent piece of journalism. Maybe you can share with our viewers how you saw this verdict, because there were a lot of groups, vested interests at work trying to get a different outcome. And these vested interests have been at it for many, many years. And even though there was a change in the government at the center, it seems like this cabal had a vice-like grip on things that had to do with brokerage, finance, and so on and so forth. So how do you see this verdict?
In the last 1.5 years, or ideally a year and 2-3 months, a number of verdicts have helped 63 Moons to rise like a phoenix. Otherwise, 63 Moon had serious troubles. In my opinion, the biggest was the Supreme Court judgment. Last year it came around May, which said that 63 Moons and NSE cannot be merged. And because they felt two companies had distinct identities. So this was one great move and a brilliant judgment from Supreme Court that helped 63 Moons slowly started turning around. There was another important judgment where they felt that the board of 63 Moons could never be superseded. This was a very significant judgment that followed from a Chennai High Court judgment earlier, Madras High Court judgment. And if you see these three judgments in a light, that it has helped a company which once created some of the finest exchanges in the country, which were quickly acquired by global bodies. That company is slowly turning around. The company has become bolder. It has asked the court that DHFL owners cannot leave country because they have not paid us our 200 crores. Juxtapose this 5 years ago and the situation in which 63 Moons was, nobody would bat with them even for 2 balls. I think this is significant because it is important to understand that truth eventually emerges. There is a word which is saying is a nice title of a lovely story by Anthony Chekhov, which says, God sees the truth but waits. So I think this entire Agni Pariksha, which is the 63 Moons has gone in trying to help people understand what exactly happened. And if you take a look at the 2013-2013 NSE's payment crisis and the way all those exchanges were shut down, everything could have been avoided. It was a vicious policy of planning done by P. Chidambaram and his people from Delhi, Ramesh Abhishek, KP Krishnan, because they didn't want Jignesh Shah and his exchanges do well, because they had to support the National Stock Exchange. And this is sad, this is unfortunate. And all those exchanges are gone from Mr. Shah's hand. He has to build from scratch now. Now, this judgment, that's why it is significant, though there will be 3 government nominees, but that should not worry us. I mean, I think to see it from a completely non-partisan view, I will say this judgment will help 63 Moons peel off another round of black paint so that they can come out in the clean. And that's important.
Yes, indeed. And people have to really look at the kind of damage that was done. There were 2 books that came out. One was by Shantanu Guha Ray, which kind of opened up the eyes of Indian investing public to the other side of the story, that is of Jignesh Shah's side, on what was done to him, called the Target. And then after that, I wrote a series of articles in PGurus, which went on to become a compilation called C Company. Now, all these things, both of us have been hauled over the coal, saying that we are Jignesh Shah's people, blah, 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 blah. Come on now, guys. Truth is the truth. You cannot hide it. And when you look at the whole thing from a distant, like a 20,000 foot level, and then start looking at the matter, a lot of things did not add up. This was a story that had to be told. For example, can any of these brokers who keep telling that we both are Jignesh Shah's people explain how on the 8th of May 2014, 6 days before the verdict was going to come in the 2014 elections, Mr. Chidambaram orders the arrest of Jignesh Shah. And for that, he sent somebody from Delhi to make sure that happens. This is totally illegal. This is the caretaker government. So that is the extent to which Mr. Chidambaram stooped. And nobody wants to comment on that. Nobody wants to explain how every time a Jignesh Shah was called by ED or any other investigative agency, he went above and beyond. They could not trace a single paisa of money back to
no
either.
Money trail was there.
Yes.
No money trail was there.
No money trail was established. All these things don't pique your interest, that there was something else at play. So why don't you try and first explain all these things and then say that, okay, well, your view is biased. State with facts. When you don't have facts, I'm saying all this, Shantanu, because I know when this thing airs, there will be a lot of coordinated attacks that will come from vested interests who are saying that, oh, here they go again. The thing about these people is they will not attack you or me on the merits of what the content is. They'll go and personally attack. And first of all, people have to grow up. If you want to comment about something, comment about the content, not about the people who are talking about the content. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of try to bring...
At a small point here.
Yes.
We are talking about a few court judgments.
Yes.
We are not talking about any investigation here.
Yes.
That I have done it and I'm claiming something. I'm basing my facts on some judgments given by one by Supreme Court, one by Madras High Court, one by the Delhi High Court, NCLAT.
Yes.
Now, all these three judgments point at a particular angle, and that is that the 2030 NSCL payment crisis could have been avoided if dealt well. I am amazed to see the ILFS crisis, which has gone way beyond 70, 80, 90,000 as compared to the 6,700 crore NSCL crisis.
I think it was 5,600, but anyway, yeah.
5,600 NSCL crisis.
Right.
Look at it in the context of the ILNFS.
Right.
We still do not know where is Ravi Subramaniam.
Yes.
Number one. Look at DHFL. Look at the NSE colocation. Look at the Yes Bank issue, where the CBI has opened up the complete Pandora's box, and to which Rana Kapoor has admitted that every time big loans went out, commissions came in. Now juxtapose this against the 2013 NSCL crisis and the way they dismantled the empire created by Jignesh Shah. They didn't want him to stay there. They wanted him to move out of business. Now, I am again talking on merit. Time and again, ED, CBI, SFIO have routinely said no money trail has been established to Mr. Shah or his family members. So why take him into the prison a number of times? That means you're trying to taint him so that he remains a tainted person, and the new government under Narendra Modi as the Prime Minister will not touch him because he has been to jail. So in one way, they're trying to plug him with other corporate people who are in the jail for all kinds of crimes. and they try to club him together. But then he has been able to successfully challenge those decisions, and he has been able to clean them up one after another. So it has to be seen from 2013 to 2020. These judgments cannot be seen in isolation.
Yes, indeed. And Shantananda, in one of the things that you mentioned was the NSE colocation crisis. Now,
That's not a joke, actually. I mean, every time I discuss co-location, I
yeah.
genuinely feel it has become a joke because nobody is interested in probing NSE.
Interesting, isn't it? I mean, I am looking at the CBI FIR that was filed in this case, and I'm just going to quote one line item that reads as follows. Source information, this is item number 7. Source information also revealed that in order to ensure the favorable report from SEBI in the ongoing inquiry being carried out by SEBI against the role of OPG Securities Private Limited in the misuse of tick-by-tick architecture of NSE, Sanjay Gupta dishonestly and fraudulently influenced the official of SEBI for which bribe money was exchanged between Sanjay Gupta and some unknown officials of SEBI. Sourced information has further revealed that bribe amount was paid to unknown officials of NSE and SEBI by accused person, which shows criminal misconduct on part of unknown public servants for showing undue favor to OPG Securities Private Limited. Doesn't get more black and white than this. Shantanu, my question to you is, have you heard from CBI on the progress of their investigation? The FIR was filed, I think, at least a year and a half ago, or probably more than that. What has happened since then?
Sri, I went to court, stood before the judge and said, what is the progress of the CBI investigation? After 4 hearings, the CBI person came in. First, he needed time. And then finally, when he came in, he promised to the court that he will tell the court what is the progress. I followed it up with a letter to the Lokpal. I followed it up with a letter to the CBI director. I have had no responses. The Lokpal said it is not their duty to probe because CBI is probing it. And if at all, the CBI should ask them to look into the issue. I stand with that. There is no problem. But the CBI has remained very, very quiet about this. And you personally know what kind of judgments or what kind of 2 or 3 judgments that SEBI gave on this. They were nothing but cover-up operations.
Absolutely. I would like the viewers to look at my video that came just a couple of days ago on the same topic. That is, in the case of NSE's transgressions of law, there were 3 different orders that came down from SEBI. One was on colocation, second was on illegal data access, and the third was on dark fiber. Guess what? The common element between all these 3 elements is this company, OPG Securities Limited. What really is strange about these is the orders found that there was something wrong. They found people guilty, but they said there was no fraud. Not only that, the penalties assessed were only compensatory damages, meaning like if because of colocation, NSE made so much money, they said 70% of that money should be paid back. And then they put some interest on top of it. That is the fine on the proceeds of the crime. But what they have not done is punitive damages to ensure NSE, XSE, BSE, FSE, whatever the new stock exchange that comes up, will not indulge in anything close to this. And that punitive damage, whenever that is levied, it is usually 10 times or even more than that of the compensatory damages, because you want to send a message. SEBI should be sending a message to NSE, you dare not do something like this one more time. That should have been 10 times the amount. That is completely omitted. What is this? These are all members of SEBI. I mean, they should be having the judicial
Oh, yeah.
foundation to be able to say that, look, this is only the compensatory damage part of it. There is a punitive aspect to this, and that has to be, because in all these things, did the common shareholder, did the common public know that there was going to be a fast lane, that everybody will go on 20 kilometers per hour lane, whereas those located in Bandra Kurla complex with colocation will be only going on 80 kilometers per hour. Even better, once they occupy one lane, nobody else can get on that lane. This is the lane. As long as the highway goes, this lane, this person occupies it. That is what OPG is accused of, and it was proven that they did that. And then the icing on the cake is NSE says that OPG is not guilty. So they're just whitewashing everything left, right, and center. I mean, this is amazing. What is the end game?
Sri, it will not help. This malaise will now go on to other exchanges. We were discussing.
Yes.
We'll go to MPX.
Yes.
Now currency will all be impacted by the same fashion. Mark my words, you have said, and you've been following it. This is not the end. We have not seen the end with this co-location. This will further grow because they know they have a way to bypass the rules.
Yes.
Once
yes.
you know that you can bypass the rules, you will again do it.
Yes.
It's as simple as that.
Yes. Yes. So long and short of it is, there has been absolutely no activity in regards to NSE, and I'm baffled because the mountain of evidence is piling up, and these are not anymore allegations. These have been proven, and yet the people in the positions of power are not willing to act. Shantanu, I wish you best of luck in your PIL. I hope the next visit to the court, CBI will give information specifically.
I'll go to the court very soon, Sri, maybe in about a week, fortnight's time. I think this coronavirus has scared everybody. So once it's subsided, then I'll definitely go to the court and ask. Absolutely. And hopefully I will have an answer from the CBI.
Yes. And we wish you all the best. And viewers, please subscribe to PGurus channel. As always, we bring you issues that never see the light of day from the MSM. Perhaps MSM has better things to cover. We don't know. We leave it to your judgment. But do subscribe to our channel, and we'll be able to get you such reputed, trustworthy journalists such as Mr. Shantanu Guha Ray. Thank you very much, Shantanu da.
Thank you. Thank you indeed, Sri.
Namaskar.
Namaskar.